No Crolla today, Eddie. He's in Dubai, couldn't be bothered.
Oh, nice.
Stayed out there, yeah. Since Dublin, you've had a week off. What does that mean for Matchroom when you have a week off? Because I know you've got a bit of a schedule coming up, so talk us through it.
We said I had a week off. We had the UK Open pool and the darts in Madison Square Garden. I didn't go to those. I was just chilling out, but just really prepare for a mad 6 weeks coming. You know, it's a lot of travelling. London this week, New Orleans next week, New York the week after, Sheffield the week after that, Mexico the week after that, Detroit the week after that, and then we're planning July 29, August 12th for AJ, and August 19th in the UK. So loads happening, but we love it. I mean, what else would we do? Sit on the couch and sit.
Oh, you could be like Crolla and sit in Dubai and drink beer every day. Sonny Edwards, it's a bit of a problem at these press conferences because there's a lot of people that want interviews, and that fella just won't stop.
Oh my God! I mean, I've never known anyone talk more than me.
Well,
he's on another level. But listen, I love it. I love it because I keep saying I never really used to like Sonny Edwards. I used to follow him on Twitter and things, and we had a bit of a spat in Sheffield. But then I watched him fight, and I was like, oh my God, I think he might be unbeatable. Now we'll see as the levels go up, and he has to look good on Saturday. But I think you could be looking at one of the best fighters in British boxing in Sonny Edwards, and what a character. Smart, intelligent. I mean, not says some silly things sometimes, but intelligent in and out the ring.
Well, he is, and now he doesn't see any threat whatsoever with this fella, which is dangerous in itself. We've seen what Central and South American fighters can do. You don't see any hiccup with the main event?
I mean, I guess you can overlook someone. I mean, look, on paper, in terms of skill set, he's a level above. But the kid's 15-0. He's got a huge team from Chile here, looking to become the first Chilean world champion. He's tough. He can punch. I mean, things can happen, but really I'm looking for an outstanding performance. I want people to go to see what I see and go, Jesus, this kid can really fight.
The bill does have some other interesting fights. Now, again, if there was to be a hiccup, which is the last thing you want, but you look at Chev Clark, Davy Jameson, and again, a couple of other fights maybe that you're looking at. Belotti maybe, isn't it? He's always still a threat, isn't he?
Belotti and Kumari is just a great 50-50 fight on before the belt. Chev Clark against Jameson is just a great cruiserweight fight. Could be a 50-50 fight. I think Jameson's come in 9 weeks' notice. Chev's an outstanding fighter. You've got Ellie Scottney against Shanika Johnson, great fight. Nina Hughes is going to go at it against Katie Healy as well. Johnny Fisher on the card as well. It's a really good card from top to bottom, but I would look out for Chev Clark against Jameson. I think it's going to be a fantastic fight.
You just touched on there what you're going to be doing over the next few weeks. You mentioned AJ. Now, again, this whole heavyweight situation, a lot of people are just finding very boring now.
I know, that's the problem.
Yeah, particularly when it shouldn't, it's the glamour division. And I think Tyson Fury, a lot of people have got fed up and this, that and the other. So how would you kind of sum up the situation with AJ August the 12th, Dillian White? Is that pretty much nailed on now?
We are planning to fight August 12th and then December against Deontay Wilder.
Is Dillian White?
That's the guy we want. We've made him an offer. Look, he's going to want more money than we're going to offer. You know how it works. If we can't fight him, we'll fight someone else. But that's our plan. We're also having some decent conversations, although they've stopped, with George Warren, sensible, off record. And then yesterday Frank comes on and just ballses it all up, going, I mean, it's like, I look at those interviews and not for people to think I'm a hater, but I sometimes look at my old man doing interviews and I watch Bob Arum and I just think, just stop. You're making it worse. We've never dealt with Frank Warren. Now we've got a relationship with Queensberry through George. It's actually quite civil. We meet for coffee, we talk about business, and then that happens, and you just got to look at the response. People are just saying, they've had enough. We don't want to talk about it. If it's not going to happen, I'd rather not waste the public's time and say, oh guys, coming soon, we're in talks, we're in this. Just low key. But, I guess that's part of the big theatre that we live in boxing.
Does it change anything with Usyk now on this new deal of his and all the rest of it? Look,
Usyk, we still need to finalise paperwork, but Usyk, Wilder and AJ are in for the December night. Fury is not, but they need to see the paperwork as well. But I don't know what he's going to do because I can't, they either have to accept the fight against Usyk or fight in September against a nobody and then see what happens next year. They're really in no man's land.
Anything further along the line with Conor Benn?
Yeah, we're negotiating with Chris Eubank Jr. at the moment, Frank Smith over there, doing the business, and we want that fight to take place in the UK. His lawyers are dealing with UKAD. We'll see if that's possible. If not, Abu Dhabi are looking to stage that fight as well. But that's the fight we want to make.
And you still want to do it with the board on board?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's 100% priority.
Quick fire one, and I know it's not necessarily your thing, but it's not your promotion. I mean, Josh Taylor, Teofimo Lopez, how's that going to pan out?
I mean, I think Josh Taylor stops him. I mean, Teofimo is emotionally all over the place, but Josh Taylor, since since his defeat to Jack Catterall, on paper, not. He hasn't fought.
Yeah.
And I just don't know if he's going to be the same fighter. I mean, he was a tremendous fighter when he beat Ramirez, but I think he wins the fight by stoppage.
And I know you're not necessarily a massive football man, Leighton Orient, family stuff and all the rest of it, but give us a prediction for the Champions League final.
Listen, I've been watching a lot of football lately. I went to the FA Cup final last week.
Yeah.
I watched West Ham last night, which was great. I'm not a massive fan of West Ham at all, but I was very pleased for a lot of my friends who are. Yeah. And I think Man City are unbelievable. I watched them play live, and I just thought, wow, what a team. So I think Man City win the game.
Score?
I have absolutely no idea. 3-1.
You're not
Imagine if that comes true.
Can play that backwards. If they get one, I think a lot will be surprised. But you're not going to get involved in football then, Eddie. No. You're watching a lot of football these days.
Too much on the plate. Too much on the plate, mate.
Enjoy the next 6 weeks.
Right, cheers, Dom.